And after months of denial, the Israeli army is taking responsibility for the killing of 3 Israeli captives in Gaza last November. It says there's a high probability they were killed as a result of an airstrike in November. The bodies of Elia Toledano, Nick Bazier and Ron Sherman were recovered in December. Military officials say at the time there was no information to suggest that captives were held in the targeted location. Well, joining on set is Hасан Barari, a professor of international affairs at Qatar University. Good to have you with us. So the Israeli military spent many months saying that it was not responsible for the deaths of these captives. Now it's admitting that it is. Why do you think it is making that admission, and why do you think it's doing it now?
Well, at the very beginning, it was not clear for them because of lack of information, and I would also say failure of intelligence. But with time, things have changed. Even the Israeli politics has changed. Back in November and December, the call for unity was very strong, and the belief in victory was kind of overwhelming in Israel. So it's a kind of like no voice above the voice of the battlefield. But now there's a split in the Israeli society, but also there's a split in the army and the government. And we've seen and we've heard a lot of different voices in the Israeli government. So I would say it has been politicized. Now the release of the investigation is political now. And given the fact that Gallant is supported by the army, he is trying to do something different from what Netanyahu wants him to do or wants the army to do.
That's Yoav Gallant, the opposition leader.
Gallant is in opposition to Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And Gallant is supported by Halevi and the chief of staff and also the army people. I think the timing now is very important simply because I think they want to put more pressure on Netanyahu and to kill the idea that the military pressure would release the captives. Now it is obvious that the more the Israelis fight, the risky the hostages become. So I think it should be understood in this context that there is there are a lot of differences within the Israeli cabinet, within the Israeli society about the future of the war in Gaza.